Mic check 1 2. It's your boy djmikeceeze, straight from the underground. The show in the house today. We got the man Big O in the building. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hang out today. It's a beautiful day in the city of Cleveland. It's a little bit nippy out, but nonetheless, we're gonna get down.
That didn't stop me from coming out here in shorts and flip flops.
You know what, man? I was really tripping on you. You know what I'm saying? I said Big O comes through the door. It's like what, 43 degrees outside.
It's because I'm fat.
You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, that's what it is.
You don't want to catch me bundled up in this bitch sweating.
That's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Big O, you know what I'm saying, in the building,
sir,
representing Primal Rage. And like I said, man, everybody know, y'all know what we do here on the Underground Show. We're going to talk about what we got going, what Big O has going on, and we're going to have some fun. So, one more, let me do the real representing thing. What's up, Big O?
I'm chilling. What's up with you, brother? Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for coming down, man. You know what I'm saying, representing, you know what I'm saying, I've been hearing a lot about you, you know what I'm saying, since the last time I seen you, which we were down at Primal Rage, and they was just starting their monthly event, and we did the little interview outside. And since
that was
then,
a minute too.
Yeah, that's like almost last year.
Yeah, almost. I believe it was in December or January. No, it was in December.
February or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, but it was still one. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about what Big O got going on and things like that. And first and foremost, when you was introduced to hip hop in a very different way, you know what I'm saying, back in the day when you was, you know what I'm saying, a youngin' in the hood, and you stumbled over a crate of records, you know what I'm saying, and
that's correct.
A crate of hip hop records, and naturally you looked through them, and Cool G Rap, you know, was the one that stood out the most for you, you know what I'm saying, and which,
you know, I gotta correct it right there. I wouldn't say as much. I wouldn't say it stood out as much. It's just something I grabbed, to be quite honest.
It's something in the pile.
Yeah, it was just something in the pile. It was a whole bunch of Sugar Hill Records, from the actual Sugar Hill Records label.
Okay.
It was a whole bunch of vinyls, a whole bunch of the 7-inch, the 7 inches, 45.
45.
Yeah, 45s or whatever. It was just a whole bunch of stuff there from different genres and whatnot.
Right.
But that was just something I happened to pick up that was down there in a whole dusty basement. That was, you know.
And you know, particularly this was like the birth of Big O at that point in time, because
the birth of whatever rap name I decided to give myself.
You
know, at that time when you're a kid, you know, your imagination was wild.
All right. Now, what about the album? You know what I'm saying? And particularly, we're talking about the Cool G Rap album. You know what I'm saying? That turned the flow on that. You know what I'm saying? That really got you started to hip hop as we know it right now. You know what I'm saying?
The words, the way the words were put together, like I didn't know any. I was 9 years old when I found that record in that basement. Right. It was just a thing where I was just like some little lame kid with no friends, to be honest with you.
You was Debo kid one.
No, it wasn't nobody like me.
Debo back in the day.
No, man. I was a scrawny kid, man. I didn't get fat until last year. I didn't have my growth spurt till I was like 27. But no, I know. Oh man, I should have seen a doctor.
Right.
But no, going back to the Cool G Rap thing, it was just a thing where, like I said, it was just me having nothing to do. Probably it was on a weekend or something like that.
Right.
And I found these records. My mother had an old record player or whatever.
Yeah.
I decided to take a few up. Like I said, it was a whole bunch of Sugar Hill records. So went through them. And the Cool G Rap, the specific record was Ill Street Blues.
Okay.
That was on the 12. And
was that the particular joint that you was digging?
Basically, yeah. That's the joint that turned me to hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was just the wordplay for the most part, that turned me into it because it was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? How does this guy put these? Oh yeah, man, shout out to Fuji Rap, man. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Ever since then, at 9 years old, I got turned out to what was on at the time, particularly through MTV, and they used to have the old box network or whatever. We used to order
all your lunch money, watch a video.
Yeah, right, basically, man. So I mean, that was like in '93, I want to say I found all those records or something like that. So by '94, 10 years old, I had Illmatic on tape decks. I had stuff that like people averagely within our city would not listen to. So, but I was the one to have all that type of stuff.
Okay, so it's about maybe about a couple of years after discovery of Fuji Rap, and you start dabbling into writing rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the type of rhymes that you were writing, and at that time, and also how you developed the sound. You know what I'm saying, that you use today. You know what I'm saying, in 2011.
I started writing in like 2 years after I want to say 95 or something like that, a year and a half. I was like 11, 12 years old or something like that. And when you start off, you're awful. So I was really awful. I was rapping about nothing basically, you know what I mean? When I started, because I went through many phases to develop the style that I got on today. I was on the quote-unquote abstract Wu-Tang, rapping about
you dabbled in there a little bit.
Oh man, I dabbled in that so bad, man. That it was just like sheer biting, you know what I mean? It was
but you were trying to establish a writing style.
Yeah, I was trying to establish just a certain style to myself. Some people felt it, some people thought it was just way too outside of the box.
Right.
But me as an individual, man, I've always been, even as a kid, outside of the box.
Right.
So,
okay.
It is what it is.
All right, let's fast forward a bit, and and we're in a time frame, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much you 18 years old plus, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
you're grown
get your grown man on and all that.
You know what I'm saying? And you decided to go full time as an MC, and you started to run into the the politics and the red tape of this music game, and talk about some of the things, that were going down since you got involved in that, and has it gotten better, has it gotten worse?
Okay. Well, to make something clear, when I really started taking it seriously, like, I want to say it was like 17 or 18. I was still in high school. Before I was that? Lincoln West High School. Yeah, man, shout out to Lincoln West. What was I gonna say? I was like 17 or 18. It was just me and my friends, and we all just wanted to have fun. But it was, I found it kind of funny that, like, at the time, you know what I'm saying, people didn't want to give us an opportunity, and we knew we were dope. You know what I mean? By that time, we knew we were dope. We grew up together.
Right.
Me and my friends.
Was that? Y'all had a true bond.
Yeah. So we all complimented off of each other's style. So it was just kind of weird when we couldn't get shows or anything like that. Or if the dude wanted to book us for a show, it was still, kind of iffy and suspect and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's part of the paranoia that I carry from time to time, or what the hell, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, from like, by the time I was 21, I just said, F it, I don't need this. Just lived my life, got drunk, and, ain't nothing changed. I'm kind of buzzed right now, but, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, Shout out to a Great Lakes Bird Company,
Local, support your local brewery, y'all.
Support Cleveland, big that. Okay, so we're going to keep on going, though. So, did you have any expectations when you first got out there like that, though? Was it something, you expected to happen, but, you had a goal, you know what I'm saying? So did you, in the first path, did you reach them, or?
We didn't know anything, man. We just wanted a deal, man. That's what everybody strived for at that time. At that time, more now, whoever's starting to come up now, that's all everybody strives for, is just to be heard. You know what I'm saying, on a wider spectrum, I guess you want to call it.
Right.
And that was our goal. And like me and my friends, we just wanted to be heard.
That's what's up. Because pretty much, at this point in time, you kind of find out that it's not all what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why, like I said, it was easier for me to quit. So I was like, I quit.
Well,
F this.
I'm gonna do this instead.
Yeah, I was just gonna work my regular job and stuff like that. Which I was making good money at 21 years old in my regular job. You know what I mean? So. It was what it was.
Okay, so let's just say you decide to step back for a second, you know what I'm saying, in between there, everybody think at some point in time, you know what I'm saying, has to take a step back and decide what they want to do.
Right.
And you decide to push forward, you know what I'm saying, my skills in check, you know what I'm saying, you get a few things in order, and you know, you get ready to burn the mic, and you run into one last problem, and that is...
What was the last problem?
It was hard for you to get production. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, around that time too, like when you're 19, 20, or 21, and you want, and you know what type of sound you want to go for at that time, when you're sure, like, yo, this is my style, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Can you compliment that? And I started coming up. That was another part of the politics. You know, going back to the question earlier about the politics.
Okay.
That was another part of the politics too, dudes that would give you beats, but it wasn't exactly what you was looking for, but you had to conform to it. You know what I mean? And then during that time, you get extorted and raped out of money, and I got extorted. You know, well, you know me, not personally. I've never been. I can say this clearly. I've never been extorted or raped out of studio time. I've never, ever paid for studio time.
Right.
But I got extorted, I want to say like 3 times out of beats. And you know what I'm saying? I should have been wiser, but I was just young and ignorant, and I wanted to do this hip hop shit. So
we're gonna sidetrack this right quick.
Okay.
All right. Do you think that sometimes it gets, you know, certain prices for beats get a little bit extreme?
If you believe in your craft, no. If you're whack as hell, yes. Put it that way. If you can, I put it this way, man. If you know you're dope and other people compliment your thought on your style of production or whatever, you know what I'm saying? By all means, you know what I'm saying? If you believe that's the price you feel you got to charge, go ahead. But if you're whack just because you got a keyboard and a beat machine, and you know what I'm saying, for the most part, you know when you're whack, you know what I mean? So just shut up, get out of here, don't do this shit. Flat out. Don't do it.
So, getting back to the question at hand, so let's define your style of hip hop, because it's hardcore and it's not gangster. And I came up with this other question last night. So define hardcore, because hardcore and gangster are 2 different things.
All right, you know, first of all, man, it's just, yeah, it is. You know, the hardcore hip hop aspect of it, for the reason why I call it hardcore is because it's just good old boom bap. You know what I'm saying? It's just boom, boom, boom bap, boom, boom bap. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't like rapping over non-sample beats unless you're really trying to create an essence out of it.
Unless somebody actually changed the sample. More or less.
But for the most part, I like rapping over samples, man. You know what I mean? So it's just like I said,
no soul to it.
Yeah, man. Like it brings out, you know what I'm saying, more out of you and stuff like that. Plus, you know, I mean, hardcore hip hop, you know, sometimes it's kind of gimmicky and stuff like that, man. But like, if you really put your own charisma into it, you know, as a person or whatever, then I feel you can make something out of it. Like for me, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, man. And I put all that into my rhymes. You can tell, like, I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit as Orlando the Man, and Big O's gonna rap about talking shit. You know what I mean? But you know, the thing is, I can back it up if you know what I'm saying. Everybody feels offended. You know, I really don't care. So.
Okay, so and just as you said that's a good transition, because I see that over a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, because not only do you rhyme, you know what I'm saying, but you produce music.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, a lot of producers, you know what I'm saying, have gotten on the mic a time or two, you know what I'm saying, to help finish out a project or whatever, but do you think that's always the right choice to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yes and no, depending on who you are. I can give you a couple of examples off the top of the head. Pete Rock, legendary producer. But to me, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, he sucks on the mic. You know what I mean? Pete Rock is legendary, man. You know what I'm saying? When he dropped the first Soul Survivor series and he was rapping on it in '98, I wasn't feeling that.
Right.
He was whack to me, but like all the features he had on it, like from Inspector Deck to Pun and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should have just given him solo songs and stuff like that, and you stay out of the mic, stuff like that. So it depends on who you are as a person, because then again, you got Who I can think of off the top of the head, there's a dope rhyme and dope producer. I want to say Rock Marciano from Flip Mode Squad. A lot of people don't know he makes his own beats. Okay. And recently he's been coming out on an independent level nationally over his own production, and he's just extremely dope.
The thing is, you know, a lot. What I've come to notice, you know, what I'm saying, just doing my research with you, that you know a lot of cats in the underground from different states, like Philly, stuff like that. So you see the other side of, you know, what I'm saying, the different, you know, what I'm saying.
I'm a fan first, brother. That, you know what I'm saying. And I think that's what a lot of people are lacking right now, especially when you're trying to do this thing as an artist too. Which I understand. You know, you gotta be on, you know, if you're trying to do this on a serious level, you gotta have a certain balance between the business side of it and the quote unquote fan side of it and stuff like that. Right. And that's what I try to keep myself. I love this hip hop thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, since going back to '93, you know, like, you know, I love this. So, you know, I personally just try to keep the balance of fan and you know, try to, as an artist also, but at the same time trying to find new artists that are out there doing it, you know what I'm saying, that I got a heart for it. Yeah, they got a heart for it, that are quote unquote in my lane or whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it.
Your true peer.
Yeah, the peers. Yeah, the peers. No, yeah, man. So, you know, I just think of myself sometimes as the fan/student, you know what I'm saying, to see what's out there, so that can make me a better artist, or just to have something to listen to.
All right, now we're gonna jump a little bit on the production side, because I want to really get this in the interview, you know what I'm saying, because in the beginning you were getting some shine from some of the local heavyweights, Operation Rockstar, talking about some of them cats, like, you know what I'm saying, that you were, you know, getting to it, and, you know, they opened their doors to you. Right?
Yeah, it was in 2007, Memorial Day 2007, I started making beats. And basically what it was during the MySpace days and all, you know what I'm saying, I just reached out to those cats and I thought they had dope music. I tell you right now, the first day I went to, shout out to Arrogant, by the way, and Operation Rockstar and all that, you know what I'm saying? Them cats, like, the first day I went to the crib, to the studio or whatever, I literally dropped like 200 and some odd beats on me. Because I was, you know what I'm saying, I was that hungry, I didn't know, you know what I mean? I thought I wasn't going to rap anymore, and I was just going to stick to the production thing, you know what I'm saying? So, it was, you know, that's what it was, man. It was just a hungry dude at 25 years old just trying to be heard, man.
Yeah. Now, on some next level shit, now, you like you said, you know what I'm saying, by some, you know, means of way, you end up dropping a couple of tracks for Law and Order, the TV show, you know what I'm saying? Talk about this shit, because that's wild, because I mean, whether anybody really knows, you know, to me, hip-hop, I mean, Law and Order is a hip-hop based kind of show.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of hip-hop artists on there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can
like that, but you know what I'm saying, but how did you know what I'm saying, fall into that kind of shit?
It's kind of I'm going to give you the kind of the shorter version of the story, man. Like, it was around that time, too, when I started making beats. Okay. 2007, around there, a couple of months. Like me, I'm always like me as a person. I'm not trying to sound real arrogant here or nothing like that, but I always felt like I've always been ahead of the curve of even myself at times. You know what I mean? Like when I started making beats, I got myself publishing. I got ASCAP publishing. You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, I just did it just to do it. Right. So like, to be quite honest with you, I didn't think this was gonna go nowhere. Like by this time, I'm kind of a quote unquote jaded individual. You know what I mean? That's what I am. I'm kind of a jaded individual when it comes to this music thing. So I keep it as realistic as possible. Wow. So what happened was this. Again, you know, it was just the MySpace networking deal. Some lady hit up and say something about that she can place music on certain shows and stuff like that. So when I started making beats, I make sure to focus on making non-sample beats also, which I can do. I just don't do it because I'm too lazy to compose. So like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm too lazy to compose, man. Seriously, man. Come on now. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm too lazy to compose. But at that time I was just hungry. So what I did was I hollered at her. I gave her, I gave her my info. I gave her a zip of beats, non-sample. I'm like, see what you can do with it. I'm like, all this stuff is published, whatever.
Right.
Next thing I know, like, I'm starting to get checks from ASCAP from NBC. I'm like, they're not big paychecks or nothing like that.
But to see something like that, you know what I'm saying, that somebody really picked something up like that, you dig what I'm saying, is definitely a confidence builder, booster. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. But the thing is, I just got lucky. That's all it really is. It's just a matter of like stroke of the luck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are real composers and stuff like that, trying to do music and like music for commercials, shows like that and such, and trying to get placements, and they don't get them.
Right.
But like I said, man, I've just been lucky. So that's all it is.
So we got to get ready to wrap this up, but you know what I'm saying, if people want to get at you, how do they do that? You know what I'm saying, as far as beats, rhymes, production, whatever, you know what I'm saying, networking, how do they do that?
Hit up my Facebook, Big O216.
It's a big Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, Big O _216. Big O Terror Tracks at gmail.com. Excuse me, it's spelled how I pronounce it. Hit up my phone number, 216-385-2971. Text me, call me, all that good stuff. I do charge, so don't come at me on no free shit. I don't want to join your fucking team and kiss my ass if you're on that shit.
That's what's up, you know what I'm saying? Before we go, you know what I'm saying? I want to say what's up to my man Just Cause. I'm rocking this t-shirt, you dig what I'm saying? MC from Columbus, he's dope, you dig what I'm saying? I met him at the Mixtape Awards and actually he won an award. So, a quick wrap up of a couple of things I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? I want to say shout out to everybody I've been at, you know, Mixtape Awards. Shout out to GMS. I just did Rebel Army Awards, was in there. Stay tuned, I got interviews posted with that. I had a good time. Peace of Zaire. Doing big things, you dig what I'm saying? And much love to everybody that I'm working with, you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, baby.
Thank you, brother.
You know for coming
Thank you
down.
for having me.
Oh, no time, you know what I'm saying? But as y'all know, it don't end, you know what I'm saying? Big O's gonna get in the scene, he's gonna wreck the booth as he do. And we're gonna take it from there. But in the meantime, this your man, djmikeceeze, Big O, Raw Dynamics. I'm out this bitch.
Peace.
From the streets to the club, make the rounds through the internet.